don't lie. But what they forget to tell you is people do. Like
What's going on, guys? It's your girl Angie Snatch coming at you with another episode of An Unbiased Truth. Welcome back to the Snatch Gang and welcome to all my new subscribers. Set your binoculars to forensic accounting because today we're going to talk about none other than Brother Polight and how he scammed a man, Ryan McCoy, aka Crypto Roots. By my accounting and what I'm going to show you today, out of $36,759.79 in a matter of 2 weeks. This is over 2 weeks. Now we know overall Brother Polight scammed Crypto Roots out of $100,000 over $100,000 over the course of 3 months. Now, I have only the bank records for a 1 month period, a billing cycle from January to February. However, the payments start January 22nd and the last payments are around February 5th. Now, I put out a poll because, as we know, Brother Polight goes to court tomorrow, December 3rd, in Miami-Dade County for that reporting hearing. I'm still looking out for a plea deal, but you guys got me shaky. So I put the poll out, and I don't mean shaky like I think it's going to be dismissed. I mean shaky like I think that I'm in the middle. There's a toss-up between a plea deal and his attorney saying, well, Your Honor, we've been talking to prosecution and we're working some things out, so we need another date. Especially after watching GMJ's, because I felt like, look, either drop the charges or tell this man when you're going to file the next court date. However, I put this poll out to fill the room, see what you guys were thinking about it. So I said, what do you think will happen at the Brother Polight court hearing Friday? Hashtag Snatch Gang. 34% of you said there will be a continuation. 27% of you said he's going to take a deal. 25% said they're going to set a trial date. 15% said I'm not sure. And 1% said the case will be dismissed. Who is that 1%? Is it Brother Polight? Is it YK the Truth? The jury's still out on that for me. But shout out to the 324 people that voted. I really appreciate that. So let's get into Crypto Roots. Like I said, $36,759.79 over the course of 2 weeks. There's some names I want you to remember. I want you to remember Desmond Jenkins and Jonathan McNeil. You're going to see them come up. Crypto Roots thought that these people were Brother Polight's financial team, financial advisors. So what they were pseudo financial advisors, and he would send money to them as well. Nina Rari also makes an appearance on this court document. I want you guys to share this video because one of the things that I think makes a lot of people still invest in Polight, even though you can find all of these stories of people saying that they're being scammed, they never have full concrete evidence that you can digest. It's not saying that they don't have evidence. It's just like they never put together a timeline with visuals that you can attach to. So it's very easy for Polight to say things like he said in the intro, even with this case that's going on right now. DNA doesn't lie, but people do. You see? I mean, he has the gift for gab. That's one thing we all have to agree on about Brother Polight. So I'm going to show you two videos. The first video will be a small clip with Crypto Roots talking about sending that money. That's where I want you to remember Desmond Jenkins and Jonathan McNeil. The second video I'm going to show you is where he talks about the specific streams of income that he was investing in. Specifically, this hotel flip thing that Polight did. And in hotels, I found a total of $11,001.71. And remember, I'm only looking at over a 30-day period, but payments are over a 14-day period. Okay, so check this video out.
Oh, and he realized that I was in Hawaii. So it wasn't just like send a Chase or send a Wells Fargo. There's two different bank accounts. So I had to send, it wasn't sending him money. It was sending other people money. Women, men, people I didn't know about. People I thought or assumed were his financial advisors or people in his financial realm. So we were texting, we were talking, Western Union, MoneyGram. It was literally for like weeks. I'm sending him bread. And Polight was saying, hey, yo, I flip hotel rooms. I flip hotel rooms. You want to get in on that investment? And I'm saying, obviously, sure. So he's like, all right, well, I buy rooms in Vegas or in LA, and then I flip them to wealthy clients. You could pay for the room, and then you'll get a return on your investment. And so I said, yeah. So for like 2 weeks, almost every day or every other day, Polight would call me, said, stay on the phone. I'm gonna get the hotel people. He calls the hotel people. Soon as they're ready to charge, he tells me to give him my debit card information. And I do, because I'm his mentee now. You know what I'm saying? I already came this far. So I'm not even sure how much I invested. It's anywhere from $8,000 and $9,000 in hotel rooms, maybe even I'm not sure. And I was supposed to get later. He told me I was going to get about 16,000 back or something like that. So I was really impressed. So now I'm paying for rooms, expensive hotels in Vegas and the Luxor and on Dawes in LA and and it have to be a certain square footage. And he's got wealthy clients. And he told me, I'm gonna send you an itemized list of all that you purchase, all the hotel rooms. I'm gonna send you a list. My accountant or somebody's gonna send you send you a list. I'm thinking, dope, like something like official now, something I could get official. And I waited, and then I never got anything. And then I hit him up because he was calling me for more hotel rooms nonstop. And I said, yo, I never got the list. He's like, you never got it? I'm gonna send it. Well, I'm gonna send it again. I'm gonna send it again. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna have my somebody at CPA or somebody send it again. And I said, okay. And that was kind of that. Like, and then it just so happened, like, so many. What he does is so many. He just presents more and more opportunities, and then you get distracted by trying to keep up with all the opportunities. And he has, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna send this. So we already had the tax liens. I sent him money for the trust. I sent him money for the mentorship. I sent him money for the tax liens, and then I was paying online. I mean, on the phone for the hotel rooms. Yeah, with my debit cards. And then he presented the condo opportunity.
After watching Crypto Roots' video and looking at this document, I really wish that he had like a Angie Snatch on his team at the time, or like a member of the Snatch gang, because his case ended up being dismissed not for frivolous claims, but because of the jurisdictional issues and service issues. And part of his claim is typed, part of it is written in hand, and I'm assuming because he's in Mexico. If you've ever been overseas to certain places where they don't have a lot of broadband network, they have internet cafes that people go to. So I'm assuming that he went to the internet cafe for a portion, and then he hand wrote the rest of it. Now, I don't wish ill will on anyone, but I do believe in karma, good or bad. Whatever you put out there is what you get in return. And for this man to endure this, I do believe that some type of justice should be done, and honestly will be done, because this case in Florida opened Polite up to the government scrutinizing every part of his life. So let's get into this. I want to go to page 3 first, because it really explains, we are all human. And I know all of us were like, okay, $100,000 in 3 months? Is he stupid? What's wrong with this man? And then after reading his court case, you realize that social media, the phone, the platforms that we all have, they are powerful. And when you're in a destitute state and you're watching someone live a high life and you're assuming that they have the secret, they have the ticket, they're the key, you may be in a situation like Crypto Roots, Ryan McCoy. I'm just going to read number 9 because I think that like buttons up why he was the way he was in that relationship with Brother Polight. Plaintiff Ryan McCoy received the money from his father life insurance and wants to settle his life, build his own house because he has suffered a lot due to loneliness and homelessness for a better future. So this man was coming from homelessness when he came into this money. And that part where he put in being lonely, you don't usually put that in a court case, especially something like this, because it's not a domestic relations kind of case. And that goes to show you his vulnerability. That was his vulnerability. The fact that homelessness is lonely. I speak to all the homeless people around me, and they all know. They're like, Angie. My husband be like, all right, now, look, okay, because I just saw him get up out of that wheelchair the other day when I drove around there and stopped doing it. So, but suffering from homelessness and loneliness. Now, this is where I said I think that if he had a person on his side that was well educated and knew how to move around the court, because one thing about the court, it's not about emotion. You have to be matter of fact. When you're talking about a civil case as well, you have to state not only what was done to you, you have to show the damages and how they were done, those losses. You have to put together a timeline, and most importantly, you have to be able to articulate what relief you're seeking, because it's a blueprint for the judge. They don't want to hear your life. They so sorry, but it's like next case, next case. That's how it is. It's not a place for emotion. So for a person like him, he would have needed someone else to guide him through filing this claim. But like I said, it was not dismissed for being frivolous. It was actually dismissed. He had time to, because of service, and he had time to respond. But because he was in Mexico, the mail, you would see the certificate of service would be 3 months later. And in those type of things, you have 10, 14 days, sometimes 20 days sometimes to respond. So he was just outside of the response. This is his letter to the judge in this case. Aloha, Your Honor. Due to the nature of the lawsuit, I had to flee the country to Mexico to live off the crumbs that I still have left from my inheritance that Michael Noack, aka Brother Polight, and his 2 wives scammed me for. Michael was well aware of my state of homelessness when I received my father's life insurance. He knew I was alone and vulnerable, scared of going back to poverty. He assured me that he would make sure I would never experience that again if I invested in his financial mentorship program. Well, in a matter of 3 months, Michael used lies, intimidation, mind control to scam me out of $110,000. I ended up being homeless in LA. Making Michael well aware of my situation, he consistently promised I will get back my money. I would get my money back. Let me pause. This makes so much sense. And if you watched him, he talks about when he got an Airbnb, that he got an Airbnb tent, and that he was in the park waiting. And for all of us, it's like, why didn't you just go into your own hotel? Because even he has this story about he meets him at a hotel. But when you've been homeless, we're talking about returning citizens, like people in jail. When you're away from society, you're not always understanding how things work. I've had cousins and family members that they aren't homeless, but they banking with Cash Express. And I'm like, this is your bank? This is where you cash your check? We got to, you know what I'm saying? So the level of education and vulnerability is what he preyed upon. I ended up being homeless in LA, making Michael well aware of my situation. He consistently promised I will get my money back. while he lived a high class Hollywood lifestyle with his wives to show off on social media. I had to sell my stock investments and move to Mexico, where I met my new girlfriend who is now pregnant. Although I do have residency in Hawaii, I have no official mailing address there since I've been living on the beach the past 2 years while I study computer programming. So he was living on the beach for 2 years prior to meeting Polite. And I think that's why Polite carried him like that and had him sleeping in the park because he was in his mind, it was like, he good. He all right. Sleep on the floor. You was just outside, you know. It's I cannot afford to fly to Hawaii to check mail for my case. I kindly ask if I can receive a response to my case by email so I can be better at keeping up to date sooner. I put my Mexican mailing address, but that's only temporary. I'm not sure how long it would take for me to receive mail from the US. Thank you and aloha. Now, let's go into our forensic accounting to go over the 36,000 by my estimate $759.79 that Ryan McCoy, aka Crypto Roots, was scammed out of by Brother Polite and his friends, Desmond Jenkins and Jonathan McNeil, the pseudo financial advisors. So we're starting January 22nd. We're going to count the hotels. I come up with at the end $11,001.71 in hotels alone. $4,558.08 to friends, and 21,200 to Brother Polite. So let's start with the hotels.com. Remember, he said he could flip the money through hotels.com. So we have a hotels.com charge on January 22nd for $407.15. And then right here, Desmond Jenkins makes an appearance, his financial advisor. $425 to Desmond Jenkins. $604 to hotels.com. $159.76 to hotels.com. And remember, he's still in Hawaii. He's not yet in LA. He's not in LA until about February 5th. You're going to see an Airbnb is going to pop up. And he has never had an Airbnb prior to going to LA. Now, I did not count these Walmart charges here. I did not count them. When I say $21,200, I'm talking about just strictly through the Brother Polite app. I wanted to ask you guys what you thought about that, because he did say that he sent MoneyGrams and Western Unions. So do you think that these charges, these two $1,720, $1,816 through through Walmart or Western Union or MoneyGram, let me know. So here's where Polite makes his first appearance. You see January 23rd, 2019, Brother Polite app for $5,000. 2 days later, the 24th, $146 to hotel.com, $246 to hotel.com. Another $400 to Desmond Jenkins, the financial advisor. But then who else? Who's next? Look who makes an appearance. Nina Rari. Check out my video on Nina Rari if you haven't. $400 to Nina Rari. She is one of Polite's friends. 24th, hotels.com, $959.75. Hotels.com, $2,271.30. Remember, he is coming from being homeless. He's paying for hotels he wouldn't have dreamed of sleeping in because his master teacher, as he puts it, advised him to do so. Brother Polite again, 2 days later after sending that $5,000, another $3,000. Brother Polite again on the same day, another $5,000. This $2,000 you see here, that's a fund transfer, so he's probably transferring from his savings to his checking. The next day, January 25th, Hotels.com, $327.67. The next day, Brother Polight, again, $2,000. And one thing I noticed, I don't know if you guys are noticing, by the end of this, there will not be one deposit in this account. Not one. And that's the unfortunate part, because the average person, I would assume, you would invest, and then you invest a little, and then you probably would be like, I'm going to wait for that flip, and then I'm going to invest a little more. Yeah, I'm going to take a piece of that. So once that flip, I'm going to take a piece of that. You might, the average person, because this is every day like clockwork. So then we have on January 28th, $1,499 to Hotels.com. Let me see. Hold on. My phone is ringing. All right. This is where Jonathan McNeil appears. January 29th, Jonathan McNeil, $300. Desmond Jenkins again, $350. Desmond Jenkins again. This is the same day, guys. $425. Desmond Jenkins again, $425. There's no way that this is a financial advisor. And there's no way that his bank should have allowed this many charges without him coming in, verifying his identity. I would think that it would just trigger something, just so many multiple charges, because it's not a business account. It's a personal account that went from probably 0 to 100, literally, real quick. So, Hotels.com, the same day, $732.46. Same day, Hotels.com again, $767.34. Brother Polight again, the same day. Him, his friends, everybody got paid on the same day. Brother Polight, same day, $3,200 through the Brother Polight app. Hotels.com, the next day, 195. Let me make sure I got this right. No, it's right here. $807.54 has Hotels.com. The very next day, Hotels.com, $1,616. This is, when I was going through this, I was getting so angry. Like, it's one thing to take advantage of somebody, which is already bad enough. Knowledge is power, literally. Knowledge is also profit, and we all should understand that. That's why you invest in yourself, because knowledge is profit. But this is illegal. Honestly, I was watching a documentary. This lady got all her money back from a psychic that was a scam artist. I know that if Crypto Roots had buttoned this up right, that he would. And someone in the future, you could use this as a pattern, because that's what case law is about. The case was not dismissed on frivolous claims. The case was dismissed by jurisdiction, meaning that this would be something that is allowed for you to use in some form or fashion. You can find a way to put it in there. Hotels.com, February 5th, $137.68, $241.81, $241.81. Same day. Airbnb. This is when he's now heading to California. Look at how much money he sent before he even got there. This is the Airbnb charge. And who else got paid that day? Desmond Jenkins. Desmond Jenkins, $350. Desmond Jenkins, $350. Hotels.com, $356.02. Nina Rari, $450. Nina Rari, $450. Desmond Jenkins, $450. This is the music he's talking about. He bought that $591 when he said, I have to get my music. This is verifiable. Same day, Brother Polight, $3,000. And this is a invoice that he put in the court docket. And I wanted to put this on because there were places that Brother Polight said that he did not know him at all. Is that you? Is that how people pay you, through Brother Polight? On his bank statements, it shows up as Brother Polight app. And what did he put under description? Conscious advisor. This man was totally scammed, and it's unfortunate that he didn't have someone in his corner to help him out and to guide him. And rest in peace to him. He had a baby girl. Rest in peace to him. But I know that this Florida case is not the end of the line for Polight's woes or his troubles, no matter how he's talking. Now, and I do think that they may, I say may, go in there asking for a continuation because of his recent Instagram post. It just feels like, yeah, we're buying time. I know what's going to happen tomorrow. Ha ha. I'm going to do a continuation. That's what it felt like to me. But regardless of whatever, share this video so that you can warn someone else. Like, this is not just gossip or slander. These are facts. And whenever, just like the case in Florida, those are facts. Whenever he decides to defend himself, that will be his choice. But until then, we all have to central communication. Someone said that in my chat. Create some central communication so that we don't get scammed. Because let's be real, a lot of people out there don't have enough money for you to be scamming them. They already have enough on their shoulders right now with this pandemic and everything that's been going on in our lives. We already have enough. So the least we can do for each other, from my city to your city, is share the information and put the documentations up so can't nobody question you. But you know where I will be tomorrow, watching the Brother Polight trial. I'm going to stream it here. I'll talk to you later. It's your girl, Angie Snatch.